One of my favorite scenes is the assassin scene. Jacob is a nomad, he's an outsider, he's an underdog. He doesn't know how to do magic, but you dress him up like that. It's like, I'm putting down the mask of the baker now, and I'm taking on the mask of the wizard.
The dinner sequence was a big challenge. I mean, it was a big set and a lot of people.
We designed that wonderful dining hall, which was based upon a German architect's design of a building, and we knew we had this mammoth space. You enable the characters to be able to see across the room and to play all of that going on. You're able to look at Jacob, looking at Queenie, knowing he can't go there, but getting slowly more and more drunk, drumming up his courage.
We've got a lot of floating stuff. All the waiters are physically there with a platter walking around, but then we've added extra ones that add that level of magic. So it's just there in the background and dressed in, so it kind of makes it feel like you are in a magical place and not just a 1930s amazing dinner. We ended up where all the wine that Jacob drinks is digital, and because we needed it to refill and we needed it for continuity.
You have heartbreak and then refillable wine. That's a bad combo, man.
Jacob Kowalski is a bit out of his depth in the scene. It was important to us to have a balance between light and shade. You want the experience for the audience to be fun, but at the same time, you want it to be emotional as well.
Let her go.
Excuse me.
In the script, it mentioned that Jacob got his wand up to Grindelwald, and suddenly one of the wizards waves their wand and generates this storm, and everything blows around. When you come to the physical set design, you're trying to work out what you can do with a storm, because it's people in there, there's plates, there's tablecloths. So that was the first thing to do. What could we physically do to make it look interesting? When we're getting to post-production, that means we've effectively got to replace the whole chunks of the room and tables and crockery and everything with CG versions of everything. So it's the first time I've witnessed, I think, everything down to asparagus. Sticks of asparagus were scanned, lobsters, every bit of crockery, glasses, everything was scanned, so that then we built digital versions of every single prop that was in that room, so that then we could blow it around into the storm. David, very early on, loved the idea that Lally had this book that would save her at various points in the film, and here he really wanted this book to turn into a bridge for Jacob to be able to join her in the middle of this bridge, and then they disappear. So we ended up with a big ramp, so we took out all the tables and all the crockery and everything that was there and replaced it with a big ramp with soft mats on, so it would compress softly as it would be paper that it would be replaced on. So the actors could safely run on it, because Jess, as Lally there, is in heels as well, running up this thing. And also so they didn't have to be on wires or anything, they could be safe. And Dan always wants to do something kind of cool and funny, and will think of some great stuff on the day. So we wanted to give something that would safely and easily give them the ability to do something on the day that would work and that we could work with.
I do really cool slow-mo stuff that I became pretty emotionally invested in. I practiced with a stuntman, I wore heels, and I did it all in a gold dress. There's something to magic and just seeing a magic trick that makes you go, oh my goodness, it's just that feeling of awe and wonder. It's just amazing writing and stories and people that you really love and care about, but just the magic of it all. And it's funny magic.
There's so much to play. There's comedy, there's angst, there's drama, there's love, there's the cowboy moment. I get to play the full gamut of emotions in that scene. That's the kind of scene you get into acting for, really.